So Israel were able to get all those exact locations. And that's why they are destroying those structures in Lebanon. People are saying they are killing civilians. But before Israel would destroy those buildings, they will give warnings for people living there to leave. So they've already identified the place that weapons are hidden there.
How do they identify where the leaders are?
It's technology now. There's no other ways.
Precision strike.
Precision strike. That's why when you get the exact location, the exact figure, the reference, the 32 figure grid reference, it's so simple. You put them in the firing system of the aircraft. The aircraft will just fly there. The pilot will just release the weapons, release the bomb, and that's all. They are guided weapons.
Not too long ago.
Because they are looking for them. They're looking for where they are located.
So in looking, you fly low?
You fly low because you need to see. Most of them are under the trees. You have not used technology to get the movement of them. So you have to fly low to be able to look ground and say, oh, they are there before you now, capture the location and then register it.
And if you fly low, if the enemy has the kind of
aircraft weapons, they are carrying it here and there. Anti-aircraft weapon can go up to 3,000 meters, 4,000 meters.
Where do they get those weapons from?
They prepared for this operation now. During the time Liberia in Libya, when Gaddafi was overthrown, most of the weapons there were looted and all those things. So they have the weapons.
They have the weapons.
They have the weapons. So it's not a matter of. So they don't look down on them. They are well prepared. They came to really make money in Nigeria, to occupy territory, to be in charge, to have their own government. They prepared.
They prepared?
Yes.
And they are really occupying territories?
Before, they were occupying territory in the northeast.
Are they not still there?
They are still occupying some small areas now. We have reduced the areas they are occupying.
Are we winning the war now?
Somehow we are winning, but we are not supposed to prolong it up to this level. We are supposed to have defeated them since. If you have followed the Sri Lanka way, I told you Sri Lanka used 2-3 months to defeat Tamil Tiger that they have been fighting for more than 25 years.
We are talking about Boko Haram, but now we are talking about Lukarawa.
Lukarawa, the same thing too. Lukarawa came when the banditry, were operating in the northwest. The northwest is wide. You cannot have all the policemen and the soldiers in all the towns and villages. There are some remote villages that are just ungoverned places. So those people, the leadership there, the local leaders, approached the Karawas to come and give them protection against the bandits. So they came in to come and help the locals. But now they want to become the lords over the locals, demanding for levies and all those things. So the locals could not take it again.
Where did they come from?
From Mali and Niger.
So they're not even Nigerians?
Most of them are not Nigerians. But they are able now to recruit some jobless Nigerians who are ready to fight their country with stipend.
State Affairs with Edmondo Bilo is live.
Discussing with Colonel Adeniyi Ushakwade, retired, talking about defeating Boko Haram. It is State Affairs on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. We are discussing national security. But let's look at this. During the week, Governor Seyi Makinde presented the staff an instrument of office to Prince Abimbola Akinmo-Wade as the 46th Alaafin of Oyo. The coronation ceremony for His Imperial Majesty will be held at a later date. Since then, different princes and institutions in Oyo have risen to say no. Anyway, we'll continue to follow the discourse. Oyo is a special place in the history of Yoruba land. Oyo requires deep study to understand the institution of the Alaafin. So during the week, while the debate was on, I just wanted to understand, what is it about Oyo and the Alaafin? So one book that helped me understand this history is the collected works of J.A. Atonda. And listening to me, it is important we studied the history of men, places, and time. And the collected works of J.A. Atonda will help you understand where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are going to. In this volume of essays, the late Professor J.A. Atonda covers the broad spectrum of his work on the Yoruba, the old and new Oyo Empire. That is why I am recommending this book to you. From my recent research on Yoruba history, something keeps telling me that even the Yoruba do not understand how powerful Yoruba history is. The understanding of Yoruba history will so embolden you to say that the vision of a great Africa cannot take place without the Yoruba living up to the billing of his or her existence. It is such a unique tribe, powerful in custom and tradition, that can lift billions of persons out of poverty. Self-realization of the power of the Yoruba is needed at this time. The reason I advise the Yoruba to study its history and custom and take its pride of place in global politics. If you read the collected works of J.A. Atonda, you will find chapters like the origin of the Yoruba people and the rise of Oduduwa. You will find a chapter on the foundation and growth of other Yoruba kingdoms up to 1800. J.A. Atonda studied the political organization of the Yoruba up to 1800. He writes on the economic and social history of the Yoruba up to 1800. He talks about the political crisis of the 19th century in Yoruba land, and he examines the impact of foreign religions on Yoruba politics and society since the 19th century. He dedicated a chapter on the Oyo Empire, the old Oyo and the new Oyo. In studying this history, the Yoruba nation will discover its powers. As I speak, the Yoruba nation has not been able to exert itself. Awolowo triggered it, but it has diminished. The studying of Yoruba history will go a long way. Let your children study Yoruba history, and they will realize how powerful they are as sons and daughters of Yoruba land. I recommend the collected works of Professor J.A. Atonda to you. You can order this book through my WhatsApp number 080 999 18449. 080 999 18449. You can also order this book on udarabooks.com. udarabooks.com. the collected works of J.A. Atunda. It covers the broad spectrum of his work on the Yoruba, the old and new Oyo Empire. It covers his works on colonial Nigeria. Another work I am recommending to you as a Yoruba is the culture and customs of the Yoruba. Both of them are big books. J. Atunda's book is how many pages? J. Atunda's book is about 706 pages. While the culture and customs of the Yoruba is more than 1,000 pages. That is 1,040 pages. Look at it. Look at it. Can you see it? The culture and customs of the Yoruba. Big book, well written. Edited by a global scholar, Professor Tony Falola, a global scholar of history. Professor Tony Falola also edited the collected works of J.A. Atunda. Culture and customs of the Yoruba. Buy these books and keep in your library. The generations to come will have to study these works. I don't think Professor Tony Falola has been celebrated enough. This is one professor that has taken his time to document Yoruba history. I don't know how many young persons have Tony Falola as their mentor. Have you read his work? In this book, Culture and Customs of the Yoruba, you will find essays written by more than 50 scholars. Study language, orature, and language belief systems, divisionary systems, dreams and dream interpretation, masquerades, music and dance in Yoruba land, economy and economic system. Yoruba civilization became modern even before many European civilizations. How come we are not advanced? You will study history, politics, and governance in this book. History and historiography, politics and government. Yoruba politics was highly advanced before now. If you studied Oyo Empire, you will study advanced politics. How did Europeans come to displace this culture? 080 999 18449. The program is State Affairs on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. Stay tuned.
State Affairs with Edmondo Bilo is live. Stay tuned.
Oh boy, Ibadan is getting bigger